They gotta be trolling, right? So apparently old Joe Nicholslick had a press conference the other day, and he had a cheat sheet, which is normal for him. They give him a cheat sheet, right? We've seen it before. But this cheat sheet was a little different. So apparently Joe Nicholslick had the cheat sheet facing away from him, and the photographer got a picture of it. Look at this shit. This is a little more than a cheat sheet. This is a step-by-step directional to make sure that this dude know exactly what he need to be doing at all times, so he don't have a senile senior moment. You can't make this shit up. Check this shit out. My question is, why is the you and yours capitalized in bold letters? The one says, you take your seat. Oh my gosh. You asked such and so a question. They scared he gonna get lost and go off on a tangent. They like, stick to the script, old man. Cause let's face it, Joe been fucking up big time. Remember this? Or how about the time the reporter asked him a question and he yells out, my butt's been wiped? Oh, y'all don't believe me?
What must be what? What must be what? What must be what? Must be what?
Not only that, Joe's starting to say the quiet parts out loud.
But we don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic.
I swear, y'all, I'm just waiting for the 25th Amendment to be enacted. But then again, we get stuck with old Kamala. I swear, y'all. This is hilariously tragic. Joe Nicholslick is declining fast. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this video and pray for Joe Nicholslick, because that man is lost in the sauce. At this point, this is senior abuse. It's Canon Hotep. I holla at you.
So, Joe got the Cove base, huh? So old Joe Nicholslick got the remix, despite having the Yamin, the trifecta, the round trip with the layover. Now, I'm not here trying to make fun of Joe Nicholslick in his moment of weakness, like when he fell off his bike, or when he allegedly shit his pants at the Vatican, or when he says the quiet parts out loud, or when he tries to shake the hands of dead relatives. Like I said, these gaffes, or senior moments, or brain farts, or whatever you want to call them, they're starting to be not funny anymore. And now with him having the remix, in full kufi on tight, they've been talking about invoking the 25th, and now he got the remix, which will make this all too perfect. And if they invoke the 25th Amendment, we all know what that means. A Kamala Harris presidency. I swear, y'all, I called all this like a year ago. Oh, you don't remember? Honestly, I don't know if this is funny anymore.
COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, it's taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives. When you think about it.
All these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure. Mobilize true international effort to pressure.
Old Joe Nicholslick. He done gave us a few laughs over the years with all of them gaffes he's been having, hasn't he? But it's starting to become a bit concerning. They seem to be happening more and more frequently. Remember when the White House had to cut his feed last week? What about when he said niggard in a press conference last week? Even YouTube's captioning caught it. But some things have been happening behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. For example, check these headlines out. Have you guys noticed that Joe has only been speaking for about 5 minutes at a time? And that's if he speaks at all, because we really haven't seen him too much. And it could be because we're used to Donald Trump and hearing him every day, all day. But there could be something much deeper there. Remember when Nancy Pelosi had a press conference on passing a new 25th Amendment bill? and she said it had nothing to do with Donald Trump.
This is not about President Trump, but he shows the need for us to create a process for future presidents.
While Joe's been on autopilot, Kamala Harris has been overseeing his foreign policy and his day-to-day duties. It seems to me that the transition in Kamala Harris to take over the presidency, and it's going to happen a lot sooner than we think. And what's even worse, Nancy Pelosi becomes the vice president. Now, who you think really gonna be running that White House? And together, they'll pass some of the most fucked up, draconian, far left progressive policies you've ever seen. The Constitution, or what's ever left of it, is gonna be all shot the fuck up. So every time Joe fuck up and say something wrong, or fails to form a sentence, just know that's one step closer to a Harris-Pelosi presidency. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Figured I'd bring it to your attention. Remember, Hotep's been told you. Now, I don't know if Pelosi would be the vice president, but normally, if something like this was to happen, the Speaker of the House becomes the vice president. But I digress. Since I made this video back in March, things have gotten progressively worse with old Joe Nicholslick. He's declining rapidly. And I still stand by what I said. I don't think he makes it to 2024. And although we haven't seen Kamala, I'm sure they're grooming her and getting her ready just in case Joe Nicholslick becomes incapacitated, bites the dust, kicks the bucket. You know what I'm talking about. Because let's face it, his brains is becoming tapioca. But like I said, it may be funny to watch, but every time he fuck up and he say something he ain't supposed to say, or he trips and falls, just remember, that's one step to a Kamala Harris presidency. Anyway, if you like this video, please hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon, and it'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Help me beat this algorithm. YouTube is whooping my ass, and they don't want to see true free thinkers like myself get any leeway. Anyway, it's Canon Hotep. I holla at you.
Joe Biden is 96 motherfucking years old, man. You gave Paul the job, bitch. Niggas need to relax and take notes.
The body of Barack Obama's chef found in a pond near the former president's Martha Vineyard home. I wonder what the fuck he saw. He probably saw Michelle's dick. He saw Michelle's hog and Barack lips firmly sealed around it. He saw Finkel was Einhorn and Einhorn was Finkel. Or I don't know, maybe he participated in those Patriot games. I don't know. Maybe they had a little House of Cards action, Jay. And he was ready to talk. Remember what happened with the dude that said that he was sucking Obama dick while he was doing crack in the back of the limo? Let's not forget about that guy. He's no longer with us before he's supposed to be no longer with us. But he testified before Congress. I slurped Obama off while he did crack in the back of the hotel room. And his ass was no longer with us. Joan Rivers. Michelle's a man. We all know that. Routine surgery. She out of there. Canon Hotep did not off himself.
Niggas need to relax and take notes.
Here we go again. CGI. Now there's a video making its rounds on Twitter from old Joe Nicholslick's Twitter page of him condemning that day in January. And needless to say, this shit seems a little off. Check this out.
You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-cop. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-democracy. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-American. Donald Trump lacked the courage to act. The brave women and men in blue all across this nation should never forget that.
Now, is it me, or does it look like the White House deep-faked the president's face? I swear you can't make this shit up. Everything is frozen but his mouth. I'm telling y'all, something up. They might be legitimately giving old Joe Nicholslick that weekend at Bernie's treatment. And while they got his ass off in some Lazarus pit or some shit, they got some poor intern standing in while some IT guy do some Pixar shit. And like I said before, the government ain't beyond doing some bullshit like this.
They do a lot of things. For all I know, that piss was digital. They get crazy with special effects. Look, check this out. I didn't even just do that. Did I do that? That piss was digital. They'll do crazy stuff for special effects.
I'm telling y'all, like I said, he ain't gonna make it to 2024. Mark my words. Kamala Harris over there like this, rubbing her hands like Birdman. Like I always say, they love telegraphing their punches. So watch out for the hook. Cannon Hotep. I'll holla at you.
So I'm gonna ask y'all one more time. Y'all still believe in this Build Back Better bullshit? Man, that buyer's remorse gotta be setting in by now if it ain't already. Old Joe Nichols slick out here reneging on everything. Y'all can't act like y'all don't see it now. And see, a lot of y'all out here butthurt because now y'all starting to realize what Hotep's been trying to tell you. I know y'all heard the latest about the HBCU's funding getting cut after he promised like $45 billion to them. Oh, you don't believe me? Okay.
Concerns tonight for America's historically black colleges and universities. As part of President Biden's initial version of his so-called Build Back Better plan, $45 billion would have gone to HBCUs, but now that funding is in jeopardy. Our Desmond Nugent spoke with a Philander Smith College student about how this could affect her education.
Arkansas has 4 historical black colleges and universities. One of them is Philander Smith College. Sierra Jenkins, who is double majoring in pre-med biology and psychology, says she's depending on the federal funds from Biden's spending plan.
So that funding could have possibly helped me go out and find internships or create programs for me that have a bachelor's degree and still have clinical hours up under my belt.
Biden's original plan was set for $3.5 trillion, and out of that money, HBCUs and other minority-serving institutions were set to receive $45 billion. But now, that amount has significantly been reduced to $2 billion.
Ain't that funny? Considering back in 2019, old Donnie T gave HBCUs the bag again permanently. But what about when old Joe Nichols Slick said when he was president-elect, meaning after he got elected, that he wasn't going to enforce the yamming?
While Mr. Biden said he would be willing to get a vaccine, he would not require it for all Americans.
I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory, but I would do everything in my power. Just like I don't think masks have to be made mandatory nationwide.
That's crazy, huh? Because now what they talking about? They talking about if you don't get the yamming, you could possibly lose your job. And it's not even possibly. I know people that already lost their job for not getting the yamming. Y'all starting to see the jukes? Y'all starting to see the sham, the flim-flam? So for 4 years, y'all let the news and the powers that be tell you that the man that had your best interest at heart was the bad man. And the nigga that don't give a fuck about you was the one that was gonna save America. Y'all niggas was all out here in the streets doing the electric slide and cheering when old Donnie T got put out of office. And now y'all all sitting around here with the what the fuck happened face. And to all my people out here who gotta go get that yamming because you gotta make ends meet, feel for you. I wish it didn't have to be like that. And at the same time, I wish I had the resolve to stand 10 toes down and fight for what you believe in. But I get it. Y'all got bills, y'all got mouths to feed. And the best way to control a man is to control them through debt. Silent weapons for quiet wars. A motherfucker less likely to buck the system if they ain't financially independent and they got debt. And I get it. So for those of you who have to reluctantly give in to this, I say Godspeed. But for all of you out here that was advocating for this, telling on your neighbors, voting for all these measures, voting for old Joe Nichols Slick, I really hope that buyer's remorse is setting in now. But Hotep's been told you. I mean, like I said before, are y'all really that surprised?
You know, I've adopted the attitude of the great Negro at the time,
pitcher in the Negro Leagues, went on to become a great pitcher in the pros, into the Major League Baseball after Jackie Robinson. His name was Satchel Paige.
Hey, look, it's one thing to reference the Negro Leagues as the Negro League, since everybody know it as the Negro League. But to reference somebody as the great Negro at the time, that's another motherfucking thing. This nigga referred to Satchel Paige as the great Negro at the time. He couldn't say the great African-American baseball player. Or he couldn't just say the great Satchel Paige. He had to refer to him as the great Negro at the time. Like I said, this is what we mean by old Joe Nicholslick showing his true colors. Remember when he said niggard and even the YouTube captioning caught that shit? Well, remember back in his days as a senator when he was throwing that shit around all willy-nilly during a hearing? I mean, come on. Joe been showing y'all who he was for a very long time. I don't know why y'all acting like y'all ain't see it. And like Dave Chappelle said,
And as a person that says nigga a lot, trust me. That nigga says nigga all the time.
hey, somebody show you who they are, you better believe them. But hey, y'all voted for that nigga. Cannon Hotep. I holla at you.
Trust me. That nigga says nigga all the time.
Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. No threat to our Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? I decided to go live tonight. I wasn't gonna go live tonight, right? I was chilling. I went to go see Twisters. Be on the lookout for a movie review from me and Jay. I went to go see Twisters tonight. I came home. I was gonna relax, go to bed, and something just told me, you know what? Let's go ahead. Go ahead and go live. Go ahead and go live. Welcome to Cannon Speaks. I am Cannon Hotep. Give yourselves a round of applause because you could be anywhere right now, but you're hanging out with me, and I really do appreciate it. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share the stream, guys. Let people know we live. You catching the replay? Leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism. You want to donate to the channel? $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App. That's $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App. Super chats, rumble rants, always welcome, guys. Why did I go live tonight, guys? Because something just don't sit right with me right now. There's no way that's who we saw getting off that plane, y'all. That's no way. Or getting on the plane. There's no way that's who we saw getting on the plane. There's no way that was Joe Nicholslick getting on that plane. Ain't no way that was Joe Nicholslick getting on that plane. I don't know who they trying to fool right now. I don't know who they trying to fool right now. I'm sorry. It just don't make sense, guys. And the more I think about it, right? Like, I want y'all to look at this, right? This is from July 22nd. It's from today. This is when he got... Watch how he's walking off this plane. Like, you see how he's walking off the plane? He's got to have a Secret Service agent behind him because just in case he falls. Just in case he falls, guys. That's Nickel Slick. He's got to pay attention. And I don't even know if that's him. Be completely honest with you. And then they had the video of him getting on the plane, which it looked like that shit's been scrubbed or something. Like, is this it right here? This is it right here. Look at this. Somebody look at this.
How are you feeling, sir?
He ain't got on his orthopedics.
Come on over. Drop out of the race, sir.
He's looking all spry and strong walking up the steps. He ain't tripped. Usually he try to give a little hustle to the steps, make it seem like he's all in shape, and then he still got it. But he's going up the steps, he's doing this thing like, something just don't seem right with me, guys. Something just doesn't sit right with me. Now look, I'm not wishing death on Joe Nickel Slick. I wouldn't wish death on anybody. I'm gonna tell you that much. All right. I may dislike the guy. Right. I may dislike that gentleman, but I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say the shit that the left says. I wouldn't say the things the left says. The left is unhinged. I wouldn't call for the death of Joe Biden like the left calls for the death of old Donnie T. But what I do think is this. I think Nickel Slick's been compromised for a few years. Y'all seen the video that I played before we came on, right? I'm convinced that was a deep fake Nickel Slick giving like a PSA or a statement from the Oval Office, which I expect tomorrow as well. I think it's as needed. I don't think that it was always him. I'm not going to go as far as to say that he's been gone since 2021 or 2022. What I will say is that I think that he's been severely compromised for a while, and that they need to use deep fakes from time to time. I think they need to use a body double from time to time. That's what I think. But I'll tell you this. I think something did happen to him. I think that Joe Nickel Slick might be down. Also, I think it was a mutiny. I think it was a mutiny. I think it was a mutiny. I think that it was a coup. His staff didn't even know. I'm gonna repeat this again. His staff didn't even know that he was resigning. They were not made aware. His resignation was done on Twitter. Really? We doing a resignation on Twitter, or not resignation? We're doing, resigning from the race, dropping out of the race. They doing that. They did it on Twitter. You don't make a statement, right? Or you don't have somebody make a statement for you. You do it on Twitter. It's not on stationery or letterhead. Somebody gotta make this make sense. You say that you had an emergency, right? You're in Vegas and there's an emergency with the President of the United States of America. Right? And instead of flying him, right? Because they said they was going to medevac him. Instead of flying him to the nearest hospital in Vegas, you fly him clear across the United States to Delaware. To Delaware, of all places. Not to Walter Reed, not to the Naval Hospital. To Delaware. You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like they were trying to keep something hush. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like they was trying to keep something hush. It sounds like there's some credence to what HJ had reported on his show, that Nickel Slick may have been severely injured and or unalived, or he's no longer with us anymore. But this is the interesting thing. This what didn't say. I was trying to look at chain of events, right? I think they wanted to get Joe Nickel Slick out of the paint for a long time. I think they wanted to get Joe Nickel Slick out of the paint since before the debate. That's what I think, right? I think they wanted to get Nickel Slick out of the paint even before the debate, and I don't think he wanted to go. He wasn't going quietly into the night. So like I said before, you can go back pre-debate, and you can see it. I said they were going to give him enough rope to hang himself. They were going to, let the emperor show that he had no clothes, and I've said that. The question is, who set him up, right? Who made the decision? I think that Obama made that decision. I think Obama and I think Pelosi made that decision. I think they let him go on the stage, and that's what it looks like now, right? Now that if we look back, you know, hindsight is always 20/20, right? You know what I mean? Derail or draw, shut the fuck up, y'all. You can leave. You know what I mean? I hate dumbass niggas who won't say that shit to nobody's face. I swear I do, yo. Niggas want to be all big and bad in the comments and shit. You know what I mean? They want to be all big and bad in the comments and shit. Nigga wouldn't say that shit to my face, I guarantee it. What up, Tyler Durden? I'm on vacation, but rumors out of the Las Vegas Sheriff's Department was that he had a stroke, was taken to local and then medevac to Johns Hopkins, allegedly DOA. Woo! Is that right? God damn. Wow. Well, like I said, I think they set him up during the debate. They wanted him to look bad in the public eye. And I told you this, guys, that was my speculation before the debate started. They wanted him to look bad in the public eye so they could justify dropping him from being the nominee. Period. But even then, we heard him doing his rally cries, and it sounded like his family was on board with him. They were standing behind him. He wasn't going quietly into the night. So they let him go to NATO. He put his foot in his mouth in NATO, calling Zelensky Putin. He just kept showing his decline and showing his decline. And I think that the opportunity presented itself, right? The opportunity presented itself with whatever happened in Vegas for them to take that and run with it. I think that he probably did have a stroke or something like that. I think that his family and some other people, powers that be, the collective said okay, and they pinned that shit up while he was in whatever condition he was in, and they put that shit out there. I don't even think Joe Nicholslick knew that he was dropping out of the race. I don't even think Joe Nicholslick knew he was dropping out of the race. Fast forward to yesterday. Kamala Harris on an alleged Zoom call with Joe Nicholslick, right? On an alleged Zoom call with Joe Nicholslick. Don't even sound like him really like that. It sounds like the voice is fake, right? Sounds like the voice is fake. So if he could get up today and be suited and booted for the plane, he couldn't get on a Zoom call and talk to her. Come on, guys. Come on. Then she almost says, I know you're still on the recording, but she's about to say recording, but she didn't say the recording. You know what I mean? I think that it was always, you know, like I said, it was always a play to get Joe Nicholslick out the paint. He's unpopular. He's polling badly. I don't think that the Democrats can afford to lose this race. And if they're going to lose this race, I guess you stick with Kamala Harris. But I don't know what to think anymore, y'all. I don't know what to think anymore. And I'm not saying it's bothering me, but there's a play. There's a play going in. I really don't think Kamala Harris is going to be the candidate. She has the delegates or whatever they said, and I don't know how the fuck she got the delegates before the convention. How you get the delegates before the convention? That's how you know they on some bullshit. What up? What up, Carlton? What up, Zan? That's how you know they on some bullshit. How you get the delegates before the convention? They on that Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton shit. That's what it is. They on that Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton shit. Bruh. And one more thing about it, y'all. Nicholslick might actually not be here, y'all. Nicholslick might actually no longer be with us. And the person that we're seeing walking around is somebody in a Nicholslick suit. Somebody in a Joe Biden suit. Let's not pretend that we ain't got that technology, because we do. We had it since like the 70s or the 80s. It's a thing. And I'm sure time it only got better. Thing is, though, who's been running that White House? Who's been running that White House? Because Nicholslick has been in that for a while. Who has been running that White House? That's my question. I don't think it's been Kamala. I really don't. My guess is Barry O been running that White House. I think Barry O has literally had a third term under the Biden regime. And these are just raw thoughts right now, right? I'm just trying to put shit together. It just don't make sense to me, right? It seems like after the debate, they were like, we're in fucking trouble, right? They let him hang himself, but it's like, we don't have anybody to run. Next thing you know, they pop a shot at Donnie T. They miss. They're like, fuck, we missed. Because without no competition, they could push Nickel Slick right on through, right? And maybe get 4 more years of Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, right? Or Weekend at Bernie's. Because it's interesting that when they missed, Sheila Jackson Lee dies of pancreatic cancer, allegedly. I think that's really interesting. And then all of a sudden, Joe Nicholson catches quote-unquote COVID. No, it's too much of a coincidence, and I don't believe in coincidences, guys. I do not believe in coincidences. I think tomorrow, because he's supposed to make a statement tomorrow, allegedly, Nickel Slick's supposed to make a statement. I think a statement is going to be him stepping down from the presidency. I think he's going to be stepping down from the presidency. I don't think he's going to finish his term. There's no way he can. All the Keishas and the Yas Queens are going to get their black female president, but it's going to be by default. That's what it is. It's going to be by default, and then what they're going to try to do is morale everybody up into trying to keep her in office. But I find that highly unlikely as far as her staying in office because Obama has not backed anybody yet. He has not endorsed anybody yet. And I think he's really going to wait until the DNC convention. And if he waits until the DNC convention, that should be very telling that Kamala will not be the nominee. Because he would have came out and backed her already. Remember, he didn't back Nickel Slick initially. Initially. Holden said Gerald Ford predicted it. Yeah, that was wild. I saw that video. I did see that video. That was wild. So everybody gets a win if their plan works out. Nickel Slick, he gets the 25th Amendment, or he steps down without the 25th Amendment. Kamala Harris becomes the first black female president. Okay. And that's going to be, until January when the next president takes office, because I don't think it's going to be her. It's going to be Donnie T versus somebody else. My guess is maybe they bring Michelle Obama out of the fucking bullpen. Or RFK, they talk RFK into coming back over to the Democratic Party. The Party Protecting Democracy isn't so democratic. 2 coups d'etats in 4 years. Yeah, 2 coups d'etats. Think about it, right? They want to say free and fair democracy, but you guys just circumvented your democracy and you picked your candidate. Because you're winging it right now. You picked your candidate. Even Black Lives Matter ain't backing Kamala Harris. But Nickel Slick was set up from Jump Street. They didn't want him for a while. They knew he was deteriorating. They couldn't keep him. And his political capital was getting lower and lower and lower. He didn't want to step down. He didn't want the 25th enacted on him or any of that shit. So what they do, they let him humiliate himself in the public sphere. People started getting away from him. Remember before the debate? Oh, he's sharp as a tack. He's fit as a fiddle. He's ready to go and whoop Donald Trump's ass. He's going to go in there and he's going to give him what for? And the rest of us who in the know, like, yeah, all right. Okay. If you say so. He going to the debate. Sounded horrible. Got his ass whooped. I guess they didn't time his drugs right. They didn't time his drugs right or something, and he made himself look bad. Then in front of the summit that was here, called Zelensky Putin, made a couple of other flubs. But he gotta go. He gotta go. But they were desperate. They tried to kill Donnie T. They missed, and they was like, all right, we really gotta go with the original plan now. We gotta get him out of the paint. I still find it odd that Sheila Jackson Lee just so happens to pass away right after the attack. It was either right after the attack or right before the hearing on Capitol Hill. Well, let's get to the hearing on Capitol Hill, guys. Let's get to the hearing on Capitol Hill. All right. This is me. This is how I think, right? So the way I'm talking to you guys is how I talk to myself in my head when I'm driving and whatever. What did I tell you? Canon Hotep told you what? How'd I say that they were going to sweep this under the rug, the shooting? I said that Cheetah was going to resign. She's going to have to resign. She's going to fall on the sword. Now, honestly, I think Mayorkas should be up there on Capitol Hill. I think Mayorkas should be up there on Capitol Hill. I honestly think that he was the one giving orders that day. That's just me. That's just me. Anyway, Cheeto, she resigns. Okay? Because she was, the patsy on the inside, or she was supposed to fall on the sword. She did what she was supposed to do. They gave you somebody to demonize, and it was her. They're going to say mistakes were made. We're going to hear this. Mistakes were made. We've been hearing it during the hearings. Mistakes were made. We're going to do better. That kid's going to continue to be the lone gunman, although we got a bunch of YouTube sleuths out here debunking that shit every fucking day in court, including yours truly. And this shit gonna go the way to Vegas. This shit's gonna go the way of Vegas. What's up, Papa Hotep in the building? The ones asking the questions had that known and had that idea. It's a possibility. It was transphobic and racist to say Joe Biden was too old to run 3 months ago. Now they have decided he can't even campaign before the DNC. Right. On your timeline, there's a trend of black women. Yeah, I've been seeing that too. I've been seeing that as well. It was before the hearing. That's what I thought. And I'm not saying she didn't have cancer. I don't know. It's just find it interesting that her death, it was right before that, and she was in charge of I think she was the head of the Secret Service Committee or something like that. Really interesting to me. I thought Cheetah was going to grift. She knew she was the fall guy. She could have not answered questions for months. Yeah, she could have, but nah. It wasn't made for that. She playing her part. She knows exactly what she's supposed to do. She's playing her part. She resigns. Mistakes were made. We're working hard to revamp the department, the agency. Won't happen again. Scouts on her. And they're going to sweep this shit under the rug. That kid's going to be a lone shooter. Never mind the water tower. Never mind the woods that was right there. Never mind any of the other evidence that we've been finding to the contrary of their official narrative. It's just going to get swept under the rug, and we ain't going to know about it until about 40 years from now. What actually happened that day and who was involved. It's funny how we find out who was involved and what actually happened during the Kennedy assassination, and nobody bats a fucking eye. Nobody bats a fucking eye. Nobody goes, oh my God, our government killed a sitting president of the United States because they disagreed with him. Nobody's saying that. Everybody's, it happened. Did we find out that the same government had Martin Luther King killed, Malcolm X killed? It happened. But they still want to trust the fucking government. They still want to trust the government. We tell them, hey, the government tried to take out Donnie T. No, he didn't. It was fucking ketchup packets. What? Oh my gosh, yo. It's just what it is, yo. Did too far removed? I'm starting to get that feeling too. Chicago need to listen. Because that shit that happened to that lady, that's wild. What happened to that lady is wild. Everybody's seen the video. Now, they keep showing a picture of the guy's arm. He wasn't the cop that shot her. It was the other cop, right? We're watching it through the cop. The cop that didn't shoot her, we're watching the shit happen through his body cam, right? Let's listen to it. I'm probably going to just pause it before it gets to the actual shots. You guys know what the fuck happened. So this is Sonya Massey right here.
Just driver's license will do, and I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID.
Well, let's get your ID first.
Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that I guess she called 911 because she thought she had some prowler or somebody may have broken into her house. I believe that's the story. Now, it's interesting how they treated her as a hostile, right?
You have an ID? That makes things so much easier. I just need just driver's license will do, and I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID.
Well, let's get your ID first, and then
one task at a time here.
Okay. Let me.
Now, they were trying to get the fuck out of there, okay? But she wanted to show them some paperwork. I don't know what paperwork she was trying to show.
Grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
you have in that stack right there, maybe.
Okay. 1 second.
Check on her.
Let me get this.
No, we don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Okay.
So it seemed like it was like they were working with her, right? It seemed like everything was okay, right? She seemed a little off. Right? But everything seemed cordial and she seemed polite. She went over to turn off the stove and take the whatever she had boiling. I'm assuming it's water. I don't know, right? But this is where it takes a turn. I want y'all to see where it takes a turn.
Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
You hear what she said?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
So she seems like she got a messy house, but regardless, that doesn't mean anything. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, right? That's what she says. Everything's going cordial until she says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and watch how fast shit turns.
My hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I
rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
She says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus twice, and then we get that reaction from this cop here. Gun already out. We get that reaction from this cop here.
Hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I
rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Out of nowhere. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus twice. And then he goes, you better not, I will shoot you in the effing face. She doesn't seem like she moved from when this cop kind of took his eye off her a little bit. Let's see. Okay, that's what she
Steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I
rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking
It don't seem like she made any moves.
not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
That, do you understand? Exactly, Mike. That's where I'm going at with it. She said it twice, and it seemed like that demon got indignant. That demon in him said, oh, hell no. You know? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Yeah, like she had hot grits and everything.
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Wild. It sounds like she got the water running over by the sink. That's what it sounded like. She had the water running by the sink. Now, I don't know if she poured the water out and then she was refilling it. I don't know. But as soon as she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, that demon came up out of that cop. That demon came up out of that cop. That demon got irritated. That demon got irritated in him. Now, I said this on the Spaces today. I got an auntie, right? I love my aunt to death. I still help her, and I still try to help take care of her and stuff like that. She needs stuff, but she's on medication, right? But there was a point in time where they gave her the wrong medication, and she would call me because she knew that I was real. She knew that I was here in the physical. So she would call me because she knew nobody else wanted to talk to her. Nobody wanted to hear her nonsense. She knew that I was in the physical. But when she was talking to me, she was like, I'm talking to you in the physical, but I'm seeing in the spiritual. I'm seeing in the spiritual realm. That's what she kept saying. I'm seeing in the spiritual realm. I'm seeing in the spiritual realm. She was seeing shit. She was seeing demons all around her. She knew I was real. She knew I was in the physical realm, but she's saying, but I can't get out of the spiritual realm. I'm talking to you because I know you're real and where you are. But I'm somewhere else right now, and I don't know how to get out of here, which is interesting to me. You know what I mean? So who knows what she can see? She might be schizo. She might be. She might can see in the physical. Who knows? All I know is that when she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, we get this reaction from this cop. We get that reaction from this cop. Pulls his gun.
Drop the fucking
All right, so she gets down on the ground, right? She gets down on the ground. Okay? That's where he shoots. Right there. That's where he shoots. I don't know what happened at that point. I don't know if she came up to maybe try to throw the water on him. If it was hot water, I don't fucking know. I don't think lethal force was fucking necessary. Taser maybe. Taser might have been necessary. She got a bunch of shit around her. I'd have just picked something up and maybe try to block it. But deadly force? Deadly force? It don't make sense. That whole thing was going cordial until she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Said it twice. And that demon reacted. He shot her in the head. He shot this woman in the head. Deadly force was not necessary for this. Apparently they knew that she had some mental issues. Should have been handled so much differently. Everybody's talking about this cop here, his arm. He's not even the one that shot. It's this dude right here. He shot. But maybe he got the same tattoos. I don't know. Maybe she was afraid. She ducked down and she was afraid. Maybe she was going to try to throw the water at him because he pulled his gun on her. Because shit didn't go south until he did what he did. Shit didn't go south until he did what he did.
I'll shoot you in the name. You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
You better not what? You better not what? That's my question. You better not throw that water at me, or you better not say his name again. Is it you better not throw that water at me? Or is you better not say his name again? What is you better not? What is it you better not do?
I'll shoot you in the name. You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. She said it twice. Was she going to say it? Are you better not? Or I'll shoot you in the effing face. Was it you better not throw the water at me? Or was it you better not call his name again? It's just my question. It's just my question. I don't know. What up, Melissa? What's going on, Montoya? She sounds like my schizophrenic father who usually just said we acknowledge you're on a different frequency than the rest of us and move on. I think that it is a different frequency. I think they can see shit that we can't. I don't discount some people. I don't discount that shit as like a mental illness for the most part. You got some that are crazy, but you got some people I'm like, yo, who the fuck they talking to? Cause they talking to somebody. You better believe they talking to somebody. I remember I was working at State Highway Administration here in Maryland. I was there late one day, and so I was there working on a project after hours. Right, this lady come in. She's working for the custodian, and she's talking, and I'm thinking she's on like an earpiece because she's having a full out fucking conversation. It ain't a crazy conversation. It sounds like a coherent conversation, right? And I'm like, she come over, she takes my trash away, and she ain't got no phone. She ain't got no earpiece in her ear. She has nothing. She is talking to what anybody else would say is herself. But I'm sitting there looking like, no, she's responding. She's talking and she's responding to whatever it is that she hears. And I always held that thing, right? The one thing I held is that people on the spectrum are more susceptible to influence or certain frequencies than us, right? That's how we see a lot of people on the spectrum do crazy shit. Look at some of these school shooters, spectrum, right? I think that the MK Ultra, the MK Ultra's experiment, or whatever, they figured out what frequency some people work on, and I think people on the spectrum are easier to reach. That's my thing, and I think that some schizophrenic people, right? Some people with personality disorders and shit like that. I think they really talking to some shit. I think they talking to some interdimensional shit. A lot of the times when like they talking to some interdimensional shit we cannot see, most of the time it's induced by drugs, and sometimes it's induced by the lack of medication. However, somebody explain this to me. Explain it.
Hot steaming water.
Away from the hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I
rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
You better fucking not. I swear to God.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you. Better effing not. It don't look like she's doing anything, but saying that. Y'all think this cop had a demon in him? Truth is stranger than fiction, right? Y'all think this cop had a demon in him? I'm starting to think this cop had a demon in him. Is there a video after the shooting? Yeah, who had that? I gotta find it. Somebody did have it. Was shooting, and he was still being indignant. He called her a crazy bitch and some more shit after the shooting when the rest of the other cops got there to secure the scene. He was unhinged. It just it's odd to me. Some odd shit to me, yo. I don't know. All I know is that lady didn't deserve to die. Not like that. She called them. Now, maybe she had some issues. She called them because she was seeing some shit. I got you. But she ain't deserve to die like that. No. That shit was an unjustified shooting. There was a way to handle this without shooting her. And now the left's going to take it and they're going to use it politically. Because what I say, guys, order through chaos, all they need is a martyr now. Look like they got their martyr. Look like they got their martyr, maybe. Right. I gotta find it. Let me find it real quick. In the Bible, the term rebuke is used to convey a strong expression of disapproval reproof or correction. Right. The devil is a liar, and I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. That is right. Yeah. Woman was shot for her beliefs. 0 to 200 real quick. Yes. Yeah, she resigned as of today, talking about Cheeto. Yes. Yep. We just talked about that. This lady wasn't a threat. Melissa says, definitely it's because they have an overload of serotonin. I think that the chemical been a while since I read it. Hold on. Unjustified, but convenient for political purposes. Yes. Never let a good crisis go to waste. Eric Holder told us that one. Timing is just right. Just a few days and a few years after Sandra Bland. Not to mention, this happened in Chicago. The DNC, the Democratic National Convention, is happening in Chicago. Like in a week or two. Very convenient. Very convenient. I served as schizo guest at the Hard Rock back in Vegas. This guy had like 7 different personalities, including a woman. I had a conversation with him, and several different personalities came out. That is very fucking interesting. Can you imagine you see a demon and praying and hearing that response? Right. Exactly. Have you guys been hearing like this phenomenon? I don't know if it's a real phenomenon. Yeah, I can't talk today. Jesus. I think I'm turning into Nickel Slick. Y'all hear about this phenomenon? People are like they looking at people, and then like their faces are turning into like demon faces. Like their faces start to get distorted and like look fucked up. Right? Like this is a thing that's going around. You might be talking to your girl and you turn to the left and you see her and she look like fucking a satyr or some shit like that. Like her face get all fucked up and distorted and it fucking throws you off. Right? Like that's a thing that's happening. What if that lady was having that same thing in that moment? That man's face with that light shining on his head. His face morphed into some shit that this cop couldn't see. And she just went to what she knew. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And before she can get that third rebuke you in the name of Jesus, she was killed. Wild. Willie D said that Trump would give this guy full immunity, but he didn't show any sources. Of course he did. He wrote down what he wanted to order on an envelope, and randomly his personalities would write something down, each with different handwriting. It tripped me out. But think about it, right? Think about Mary Magdalene and her 7 demons. She has 7 demons in her? 7 demons in her. She had 7 demons in her. Before Jesus called her by her name. I got a homeboy that told me a story about when they booked the guy down because he police. And they took him down Central. He was wilding. Acting a whole fucking fool. And my homeboy said that he over there like kind of thinking it, but kind of saying it like under his breath. Like calling like kind of like praying under his breath a little bit. Like, you know how you say some shit, like people don't really notice what you're doing. You just mouthing some shit. He said, yo, just turned around because the guy couldn't even see him. The dude just turned around and go, he can't save you. He can't save you. The guy wasn't even looking at my homeboy. My homeboy is behind, like off to the, kind of behind him, but off to a distance, just mouthing it, kind of under his breath a little bit. Nobody can hear him. And the dude just turns around and goes, he can't save you. I was like, holy smoke. What up, JG? Yeah, that's true. That is true. You ain't think we was going to get supernatural and biblical tonight, did y'all? Y'all didn't think it was gonna get supernatural and biblical tonight, did y'all? That's all I could think of when I seen this. I'm like, hey, yo. And this is like, I didn't think about this earlier today. No, I did. No, I didn't. I said that she said rebuke, and then the shit amped up. But I just like just working it through with you guys.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I
rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
She was saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And before she could say it again, he said, you better not. I will shoot you in the fucking face. What was the better not? Better not throw that water at me? Or you better not call his name again. Regardless, this lady died when she didn't have to die. Maybe she did have some issues, but it was a better way to handle this. It was a better way to handle this. But this guy right here was literally, in my opinion, on demon time. He was literally, in my opinion, on demon time. And he killed her. That's what I was doing too. Hold on, let me see if I can't find the rest of it. Because he was calling her all sorts of bitches and stuff like that. And y'all know who said it was a justified shooting. Y'all know who said it was a justified shooting, right? Huh? Your boy, y'all favorite cop, y'all top cop, Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum. It was a justified shooting. I think this is. I'm dead ass. I just seen it. I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Did he just justify this shooting?
I'm gonna go get my kit. No, your head's up, bitch. You're actually done.
You hear that shit? Listen.
I'm gonna go get my kit. No, your head's up, bitch. You're actually done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot. I'm gonna go get my kit. No, your head's up, bitch. You're actually done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot.
I'm gonna go get my kit, right? Because you're supposed to try to save the person, right? Even if it's a fucking headshot.
I'm gonna go get my kit. No, your head's up, bitch. You're actually done.
No, fuck that kit. She done. That's wild. This one.
Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy.
You hear that? No remorse.
Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy. Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy. Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy. Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy.
Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy. Now you got other videos showing, oh, she threw the water at him. He pulled his gun on her. She was doing nothing. He pulled his gun on her after she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus twice. All right. She hit the deck when he pulled the gun out. Scared. She was scared. He got closer. I'm assuming she threw the water in like self-defense. Fucking stupid, but she threw the water in self-defense. Or attempted to, because clearly, you know, the water ain't hit him. You know, taser, I'm sure would have did just nicely if he really felt that threatened. But it's the crazy part is that he wasn't there to detain or arrest her. They were there because she said that she thought she had some intruder in the house or a prowler in the house, and it turned out that she gets shot. I feel bad. I feel bad for this lady. Like I said, if she got mental issues, I got an auntie like that. There's better ways to handle that. I think any other cop with a rational, sound mind would have handled that a whole lot differently. A whole lot differently. But the left, they going to politicize this. They going to say her name in vain. Political cannon fodders this lady's going to be. Never let a good crisis go to waste. There's their martyr. Legally was the threat witchcraft, bruh. The bitch was fucking crazy. You heard what he said? Y'all heard what he said, right?
Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy. Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy.
I guarantee every last one of them cops, like, this nigga really shot her because she had a pot of boiling water. Exactly, bro. Every cop out there know he unhinged. B said, I believe the threat was a baptism. All I can tell you is this. It's sad, man. I feel bad for the lady. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her. And the fact that her name's going to be just dragged through the mud by people on the right and used as political cannon fodder on people on the left. Sad state of affairs, but this seemed like this shit seems supernatural, guys. This shit seemed spiritual because everything was cordial until she started saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And she said this shit twice, and that man pulled his gun and said, you better not fucking do it. Like, better not do what? I'm just saying. Anyway. Prayers out to her family. Yeah, we need that boiling water control. And shit, Al Green got hit with a pot of hot grits and he came out with like several hit songs after that. I'm just saying. Right, third time's a charm. 3, 6, and 9, right? Magic numbers. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring that to you. I just wanted to get some of that shit off my chest, show. I think we got somebody in the Nickel Slick suit. I think Nickel Slick is compromised. I think he's down bad. I think that they got somebody out here that looks just enough like him that they could get away with him being seen like fucking Bigfoot, but not heard. I think tomorrow, if they do the speech for tomorrow, which I believe is supposed to be for tomorrow, it's going to be from the Oval Office. It's going to be pre-recorded, and it's not going to have any type of reporters or journalists in the room. I mean, I could be wrong. This is just speculation. I could be wrong. But I think Nickel Slick's been compromised for a while. I think they use a body double as needed. I think these are body double as needed. As far as him being dead, I don't know. I don't want to say he's dead because I don't want to do that. However, the situation at hand, the chain of events that happen, he allegedly falls, hits his head. Maybe it's from a stroke. I don't know. Right? A seizure. I don't know. They felt it serious enough to want to medevac him. To UMC in Vegas. But then change their mind abruptly and fly him from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, which is like between a 4 and 6 hour flight. I don't know. 4 at minimum. To Delaware, not back to Walter Reed, to Delaware. Almost like they were trying to hide some shit. Like if we take him to the hospital in Vegas, that's just going to leak that the president's in Vegas and he's in bad shape. If we take him to Walter Reed, that's just going to leak that the president is at Walter Reed and he's in bad shape. We need to enact the 25th Amendment because the president is on his way out. They needed to do that shit, take him to Delaware until they figured out what the fuck they was going to do. They used that opportunity to go, hey, I think this is a good time for him to bow out. The family might have been against it. He might have still been in bad shape at the time. Family got forced into it. They wrote that bullshit letter with that bullshit signature. I think Biden recovered and was like, what? I did what? Y'all did what? I think that's the case. And he's got to go. He's got to roll with the punches because they're done. And I said that before he even had the accident, right? I said that Obama even saying that he's done. that Nickel Slick has done. Once Obama said that, it was a wrap. The fund, what's it called? The donors and stuff, they started pulling out. Pause. They started pulling away. DNC can't have that shit. He denounces his candidacy. They put Kamala Harris in there as a placeholder. The donors come back. But they'll take all that money from Kamala Harris and sweep that shit right from under her fucking feet, and then we'll put it to whoever Barack Obama picks. And I think Barack Obama is going to have the final say on who runs. And it's going to be very fucking interesting to see who they pick. But if they do pick Kamala Harris, just know they're throwing the race until 2028. That's just me. Carter said, I said on Hotep Jesus platform a couple of months ago that AI Biden will make its debut. AI Biden been made his debut. You got to go back to... should I show the video again? I'll show it again. AI Biden has been made his debut. Where is it at? Here we go.
Here we go.
I'll play this and then we're going to get out of here, guys. What time is it? It's 1:30. Let's go.
Again. CGI. Now, there's a video making its rounds on Twitter from old Joe Nickel Slick's Twitter page of him condemning that day in January. And needless to say, this shit seems a little off. Check this out.
You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-cop. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-democracy. You can't.
I'm going to play it back. Look at his face and watch how look at his the top of his face from his mouth.
Insurrection and pro-cop. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-democracy. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-American. Donald Trump lacked the courage to act. The brave women and men in blue all across this nation should never forget that.
Now, is it me, or does it look like the White House deep faked the president's face? I swear you can't make this shit up. Everything is frozen but his mouth. I'm telling y'all, something up. They might be legitimately giving old Joe Nickel Slick that weekend at Bernie's treatment. And while they got his ass off in some Lazarus pit or some shit, they got some poor intern standing in while some IT guy do some Pixar shit. And like I said before, the government ain't beyond doing some bullshit like this.
They do a lot of things. For all I know, that piss was digital. They get crazy with special effects. Look, check this out. I didn't even just do this. Did I do this? That piss was digital. They do crazy stuff with special effects.
I'm telling y'all, like I said, he ain't gonna make it to 2024. Mark my words. Kamala Harris over there like this, rubbing her hands like Birdman. Like I always say, they love telegraphing their punches. So watch out for the hook. Cannon Hotep. I'll holla at you.
And I did that video on July 27th, 2022. That's when I did that video. July 27th, 2022 is when I did that video. How about that? How about that? Anyway. That was fucking AI, right? Interject said 100% deepfake. Carlton said, dang, that's definitely CGI/AI. Exactly. They've been doing it, y'all. Even Donnie T was doing the shit. Even Donnie T was doing that shit. Donnie T was out here making AI mixtapes. Donnie T was out here making AI mixtapes. Trying to see, hold up. If I have it. I might not have it. That sucks if I don't. I might not have a video. How about that? I know me and Jay, maybe it was a short. Yeah, I don't know.
You can go get it, but that's a headshot.
Your boy Brandon Tatum said this shit was justified. We don't know what she had in that thing. Maybe she had some acid. I'm not lying to you guys.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not lying to you.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know who this guy is. I'm not lying to you guys.
Oh my gosh. What if Donald Trump and Joe Biden are the victim of the same attempted coup? And I'm not kidding. Oh my gosh. What if Donald Trump
we might have to listen to that one. Hold on. Let's listen to what this guy's saying real quick. I'm on TikTok. I was looking for the video.
Trump and Joe Biden are the victim of the same attempted coup. And I'm not kidding. This is going to take a minute, so sit down, grab a drink, and let's do this. So obviously we all know what happened to Donald Trump 9 days ago, so we won't go into that. But the interesting part of that is it happened right before the party's convention. Why is that interesting? Because a candidate doesn't officially become the party's nominee until they go through the parliamentary procedures at that convention. That's when it's kind of locked in and legal, right? So set that aside. And then Joe Biden decides that he's going to announce that he's not going to seek the party's nomination. Now, when did he do this? Before the convention. And some people would say, well, obviously, Josh, he's going to say it before the convention. That way he's, smart, wise, and benevolent. He can allow time for the party to figure out who they're going to nominate, which kind of makes sense unless you've been paying attention. But either way, it was prior to the nomination. Now, what's interesting to me, the first thing that popped up, is how these two things that are very rare, we haven't had an attempted assassination on a president or former president since Ronald Reagan in the 80s, and we haven't had an incumbent president not seek re-election since LBJ, ironically after the assassination of JFK. But whatever, that just got a little bit weirder if you think about it, but whatever. So either way, odd. And even odder still is that both of these odd things happen within a week of each other. Now, let's continue down this path. Why is the Joe Biden why is the Joe Biden not seeking the nomination so weird and odd? Well, because of the manner in which it happened, right? I mean, you have a letter that he put out on social media, and the White House staff did not know he was about to do this. So he puts this message out there on social media that says he's resigning. He did not address the nation. He did not tell the party. He did not, tell his insider. Like, it just came literally out of nowhere. Hey, I'm not going to seek the party's nomination. He didn't put it even on letterhead. And somebody could say, well, he shouldn't put it on White House letterhead. Then it would make it look like a sitting president is resigning, and that's not what he's doing. Yeah, but there's also from the private desk of Joe Biden letterhead. And he didn't put it on that either. Not only that, a bunch of people on the left are whispering in my ear saying, Josh, look at the signatures, they don't match. And I thought, oh, you bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists. So I went and looked at the signatures. They don't match. They're kind of close, but one looks like an S at the end, and you'll see it. Just Google it. But it gets even weirder still, because it's not necessarily that Joe Biden is deciding not to seek the party's nomination. It's the fact that 24 hours ago, or I guess at this point 36 hours ago, he told us he is going to seek it. He said, don't believe rumors that I'm not going to go for it. I'm in it to win it, baby. We're here all the way, blah, 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 blah. And at that same time, the party players, both inside the party itself and then the media incumbents, the people who are annually just covering this sort of crap, right? The talking heads that don't seem to go away. All of them were talking about, well, Joe Biden needs to do what's right for the party and not seek the nomination. Okay, great. I get it. His cognitive ability is obviously in decline. But you know what didn't happen? Nobody was talking about Kamala Harris getting the nod. Nobody. How do we know that? Rewind the tape.
You're right.
It was so crazy that people were actually feeling bad for Kamala Harris. You had the Clintons, the Bidens, the Chuck Schumer, the Newsoms, all the power players, all kind of jockeying for position and saying, ooh, this person should run, this person should run. Why would they even be suggesting people if everybody knew it was going to be Kamala? Because nobody wanted Kamala. Nobody. And as a matter of fact, the American people didn't even want Kamala. If you're a true blue, LBGT supporting, go labor sort of Democrat, bringing in the blue wave, you hate Kamala. And it's not just me being mean. Your vote proved it. When she ran against Joe Biden, she came in 9th or 10th. She was added to the ticket to add a woman of color and a female to that ticket. Now, I don't blame Biden for that. I would do it too. That's why you kind of balance out your presidential ticket. You go you. But that's why she was on there. She wasn't on there because people liked her. Democrats hated her, especially if you were black or Hispanic, because she is terrible for true reproductive rights, and she is terrible when it comes to criminal justice reform. So 36 hours ago, every Democrat on the planet was like, who are we going to get? Because it obviously cannot be Kamala Harris. Fast forward to Joe's weird, suspicious, I'm not going to seek the nomination thing. And has he addressed the public yet? No. Has he talked to any camera yet? No. So how do we know Joe actually said this? And I'm being dead serious. You've obviously seen him have to be controlled by the Easter Bunny to figure his way back into his house. How do we know Joe's not in a house someplace and somebody else wrote this letter and now they're just making Joe go along with it? And before you say, oh, that's just a weird conspiracy, so is being shot from a 4-degree roof while you're giving a rally in Pennsylvania. So, Now, what has happened since this nomination? Or not this nomination, since this announcement, rather. Kamala Harris has unified the party. Everybody's in line. Nobody's challenging her. She's the hero of heroes. Rachel Maddow is literally crying on MSNBC. Like, oh, this is amazing. She's raising tens of millions of dollars. No, she's not. No, she's not. Kamala Harris has not raised a dime. There is no Kamala Harris campaign. I'm serious. There was a Biden-Harris one, but in order for Harris to raise money now that Joe has, I guess, said that he is no longer seeking the party's nomination, she has to file her own campaign with the Federal Elections Commission. So there is no Harris campaign. The money is going to other groups that donate. It's like Super PAC money and stuff like that, to kind of get behind Harris. But isn't it weird? Isn't it just weird that both of these rare things happen within a week, and then the Democrat that the Democrats hate somehow becomes this unifying Joan of Arc within minutes of this anomalous sort of announcement, and then we're all supposed to play along with it as if this is somehow normal? What if, and this is just for entertainment purposes only and a thought experiment, yada, 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 but what if the same power players in these parties, and when I said I don't like either side of this bird because it's an evil bird with two different wings, I meant it. I've been behind this curtain for decades. I've been politically involved for decades. What if the power players that don't like Trump and they don't like free-thinking Democrats are saying, we got to kind of put some kibosh on this? Just asking the question. Oh my gosh.
He gotta go.
Oh my gosh. What if Donald Trump... Oh my gosh. What if Donald Trump and Joe Biden are the victim of the same...
I think he was hitting it on the head. I think he was hitting it on the head, guys. But Hotep's already been told you, though. Like, he's just coming to the realization that we've already come to. You know, a couple of years ago, like HJ said, you listen to us, you listening into the future. Simple as that. You listen to us, you listening into the future. Let's see, here it go right here. So look at this, right? Watch this. Y'all remember this? Trump was even using AI at the time. This shit look creepy, don't it? Me and Jay. When was this? 9/1/23. This shit look creepy, don't it? Look at this, Jay. 7 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 8 hours ago. Where's the one with the red tie? Yo, what if Trump using AI? What if he's using the AI likeness in his voice just to get his messages out there? I mean, that'd be fucking smart. Like if he's saying, use the AI Trump and put these messages out for me. That'd be fucking smart, yo. You can get 1 million messages out and not have to film not a fucking thing. AI just reads it for you and puts the animated version of you that looks real enough, because like that, like these don't look real. These don't look real. I'm just saying. Trump takes over social media with over 42 million views across 31 posts. On Wednesday, leading 2024 presidential candidate and 45th president Donald Trump posted 31 videos. He did not do 31 videos. That's AI. I need a motherfucker like an oil painting. Ain't no way, yo. I knew it. That's smart. I can't even be mad about it. That's fucking smart. He like, yo, generate an AI version of me. I give you permission to use my voice. And fucking just feed the script to the AI and let the AI do that shit. One take Jake. You can look at it and tell that's not him. Look, you could look at these and say these are not him. That background ain't even fucking real. God damn. Trump put out some AI mixtapes straight up. He didn't sit there and record 31 videos. I'm sorry, guys. He didn't. That's a script. They fed that shit to the AI. AI generated a version of Trump, and that's what we see right there. Period. Full stop. Period. Full stop. That's all I'm gonna say.
This niggas need to relax and take notes.
Yeah, it's smart, but that's what you should expect tomorrow. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but that's what I expect tomorrow. And then after that, we probably don't hear from Nickel Slick for a while. I don't think we hear from Nickel Slick for a while, right? He rides off into the sunset allegedly. And then if he is no longer with us, we find out in like September that he's succumbed to his whatever ailment or whatever happens. We'll find out he was battling something and that he's no longer with us. And they'll give him a hero's funeral, and CNN will have a documentary out about him like a week later. That's how I see it. Just saying, guys. Remember who told you guys first. Remember who told you the narrative of how it's going to go down as far as the Trump assassination. Understand they're going to use Nickel Slick to bury that assassination attempt. And then they're going to use the Olympics and this lady, Sonya Massey, to bury the Joe Nickel Slick news. Watch for the hook, people. Watch for the hook. And clip it. Do what you gotta do. I don't think Kamala Harris is going to be their pick. I think they're using her as a placeholder. And then when Obama figure out what the fuck he want to do, that's when they're going to do what they're going to do. But we'll find out. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream, guys. Let people know we live. You catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism. You want to donate to the channel? $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App. That's $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App, guys. If you're over on X, follow me over on YouTube and on Rumble, guys. I do have a YouTube channel and I do have a Rumble channel. So if you're over on X, come on over and follow me on YouTube and Rumble. Help me get to 3,000 subs on YouTube and help me get to 2,000 subs on Rumble. I appreciate it, guys. Anyway, I just want to come and shoot the shit with you guys. Like I said, a lot of the times I'll be sitting up and like my brain don't shut off sometimes, and I just be sitting there thinking about just random shit. And for some reason, I just was like, "Yo, this shit was in the works from Jump Street. This shit was in the works from Jump Street." I was thinking back to past streams that we did, and I started putting shit together. Like, yo, this was always the play. But anyway, I'll holler at you guys. So next time, it's Cannon Hotep saying, be safe, stay strapped, don't miss, and don't worry about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow got enough problems of its own. Worry about today. I'll holler at you.
So relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.